YouTube channel and throughout social media. We will get you out here well before the top of the hour. Give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games, and that's what we do here on the drive-thru Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. It's Durham Live Free Sports Fix for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later. To deliver those winners, our professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place. Let's take a peek at who's on the show with us today. All right, with us is Jovan Burts sign in momentarily. Brian Bitler with us. Rod Zawacky. Keep an eye on the cap. And it's Jay Briggs as well. And here's how they'll line up for this evening. We've got Briggs, Burts, Bitler, Clark, Zawacky. Well, Clark is a late scratch. Late scratch for Clark. Zawacky, and then I will close this one out. All right. NBA on the board, 10-game card. We're going to cover a lot of NBA. Remember, the NHL is on All-Star break. Maybe some look-aheads tomorrow on some college hoops action. We're seeing some lines start to open up, and some of the crew here are just like scratching their heads on a certain line. We'll cover that a little bit later in this segment. So let's welcome in Jay Briggs. Catch him over at Pick Dogs. Catch him on the morning show this weekend. Bring him in right now. Of course, his NBA Jam session, a must-catch. Jay, what's happening?
Tommy T, what's happening?
What's going on? All right, here we go tonight. These Trailblazers. It's a night of a lot of ugly dogs out there, or you might like these big favorites. It can go either way. Nuggets here are going to be laying 12.5. We see the total 219.
Yes, this is an interesting game here. Blazers have been playing well, won back-to-back over two of the best teams in the East. Beat Philadelphia outright. Of course, we know there were some things going on there, and B didn't play. Of course, there was a little couple things going on there. But all you can do is play the person that's in front of you. And the Blazers beat up on the Philadelphia 76ers at home, beat the Milwaukee Bucks 119-116. I was thoroughly surprised to see that happen. I thought Doc Rivers would have his team locked in that situation, looking for his first win as a Bucks head coach. I thought that was a perfect situation for him, but that wasn't the case, man. The Blazers came in there and beat them up and won the game outright. This injury report for the Nuggets is still ugly. I still see Jokic game time decision. I still see Jamal Murray game time decision. The thing for me here is the Blazers coming off that, 3 straight home games playing well. I just think this is a totally different spot. The Nuggets at home, as I love to say, man, they go stupid, dummy, crazy. And off of a loss to the Oklahoma City Thunder buddies, I just like this spot for them coming back home and getting themselves a win. I'm expecting Jokic and Murray to play. There's still, this is the last game on the board, so there's still time in between to figure out what's going to happen. I think they play. I think the Nuggets win this game coming.
All right, Jay says look for a blowout here. Nuggets here, 12.5 now. Let's see, it was 11.5 about an hour ago, so we see some money come in here. That looks like, let me double check here where the current number is. 11.5 in most places. The 12.5, by the way, is at the sharpest book in the world, but there are still 11.5s in many in the marketplace up there. But it looks to me, Jay, the sharp money is following you here. 11.5s in many marketplaces right now, but 12.5 sharpest book in the world. So you can shop and get your best numbers here in this one. Jokic, again, the word here is Jokic will be with the back, game time decision. No other word than that, so we'll see how that rolls. But again, Portland's a team that, this is a streaky team. They look good at some points, and some points they can look really bad where they just can't get that ball in the basket.
Yep. Like you said, some nights they look really good, and recently it's been good Blazers. But it's been good Blazers at home. Last time we seen them out on the road, they got blown out by the San Antonio Spurs, 116-100. That was their last road game. So that's not bet on material, especially not going up now tonight. The defending champs, who I love betting at home, and I love betting at homes, especially off of a loss. It just seems like a Denver-style spot. Of course, want the injury report to clear up, but I like it.
All right, look there, Nuggets here, 11.5 still in a lot of places. So do your line shop and get the best number here against the Portland Trailblazers. This one will have a start time here tonight here at 9 Eastern time. I know, Jay, we're talking before the show. Some of these lines that open it up here in college basketball for Saturday. We'll have big coverage tomorrow here on the morning show with Jay and the rest of us. We're seeing this open here. Kansas settling in here against Houston. Open 6. We see 7s. We see 8, the sharpest book in the world here with Kansas and Houston.
Tony T, man. Hey. Home court for me this season in college hoops has meant a lot. It really has. But I think the Cougars win this basketball game. I'm trying to find this. I'm seeing Houston favorite, Tony.
Are you, huh? Well,
I see
sometimes.
Houston -1.5. I just
Wow.
kind of pull it.
Now I'm seeing a -2 in some places and 2.5. Yeah, sometimes when these lines open, they can be a little
It's
screwy.
early. It's way early for these college hoops lines. This is going to be I think this is the marquee game of the day tomorrow. I do.
Oh yeah.
Hey, it's gonna be. What time does this game start? 3
4
my
Eastern.
time, so 4
Yeah, 4 Eastern.
Woo, I definitely be
4 Eastern, and I'm seeing. I am seeing a 2 Houston in online, but everywhere else I'm seeing. I cannot imagine Kansas not being favored at home. I just, and by margin, because we saw Houston have struggles on the road in conference.
Yeah, they have. I want to see where this number ends up at. Tune in for the morning show tomorrow as I bring in all the guys. We're going to have a really good show tomorrow with this huge college hoops card. But as I sit here right now, before I haven't really deep dove this game in its entirety, if they give me Houston as a dog, man, I'm probably going to have to take them. I think Houston is the better team. I understand Kansas at home. Hey, the history, all that, man. Kansas goes stupid, dummy, crazy at home. Let's call a spade a spade. This is going to depend on the number for me, Tony. I think this is one of those games where the number is going to be the deciding factor for me on which way I lean.
Yeah, that will be the case here because I do see -1.5 Houston at a U.S. book. And like I said, I've seen 6, 7s for. So this one, it's early, and there's a lot of line errors when they open. There's 100 college basketball games. You do get those key punch errors in time. Sometimes they flip flop favorites and underdogs when these lines open. So again, they'll be settled in a little later tonight. Of course, you want to catch the morning show tomorrow. We're just kind of giving you an idea of some of the games we could be covering. And tomorrow's a game involving the Longhorns on the road at TCU, and I think legitimately TCU a favorite here, 5.5.
Yeah, the Longhorns, good team, but as you've heard us say on the morning show a lot, the Big 12 is just the best conference in all of college hoops, and home court advantage in the Big 12 means a lot, means a ton. And I think TCU is just the better basketball team anyway. Was that the case last year? Probably not. I really like what Texas was selling last year, but on the road here, I think it's a tough ask to ask them to come in here and try to compete. I really, really do. I think TCU is just the better team, Tony, and I think they do win that game fairly comfortably.
Yeah, they've had their struggles there on the road. This Texas Longhorn team. We'll see how that one rolls. One of the big matchups here on a big card. We know everyone's going to be talking about the one Duke and North Carolina going head to head here. Let me see if I could find this out. I thought North Carolina was a pretty sizable favorite. You would think, right, if they're home in this game. Let's see here. Let me pull it up here in just a second. I think it's one of those 6:30 starts because they sneak in with a couple of primetime games here on these Saturday night games. 6:30 Eastern, I believe, is the start time. Let me double check that. Duke here. Looks like UNC now settling about 4.5.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. North Carolina laying 4.5. Hey. Oof. This is one of them games right here, man. Tomorrow's college hoops, we have a lot of marquee matchups, this being one. Also that Kentucky, Tennessee. Duke, when I just look quickly here on the road, we just saw them beat up Virginia Tech, beat up Louisville. This is a different ask here. North Carolina off the loss as well in its last one to Georgia Tech on the road. They should come back home, Tony T, and get this done. They should. They should, man. I'm going to have to lean North Carolina right here, right now in this one.
All right, he's going to lean in North Carolina in this one here. And I think, let's see, I just cleaned up my line service. I had to sign out, sign in again. I want to see what we can give you here on this Kansas and Houston game, which is going to be really a game a lot of folks talking about. Okay, here we go. Yep, you're right now. Houston going to be favored in this game. 2 on the road, total 134.5. Wow, you favored in Kansas.
Oof. Oh. I gotta wait till the morning to see what that line does. I like Houston. I think they're the better team. I think they win the game. But like Tony T said, laying points with Houston on this. I thought I was getting them as a dog. I really did. I thought I was gonna get them as a dog here. I don't know if I want to lay points in Houston, or in Kansas. Like I said, the number going to dictate that game for me. We'll see. I'll give it out for free for sure for you guys in the morning. So make sure y'all tune in.
Check out that morning show as we're starting to get lines open now for college basketball. There were some errors in some of the line entries and some of my live service. We'll check it out. We can tell you that St. Mary's here will be a dog. Looks like Gonzaga laying 4 and 3 in 2 spots right now. Very early in the wagering against St. Mary's. It's always a big one when these two go head to head.
For sure. It's going to be a hell of a day of college hoops tomorrow, man. Make sure y'all locked in and loaded. Start doing some work right now.
Here's one. Tennessee, Kentucky. Tennessee open road favorites, and they're holding right now 1.5 road favorites here. Total 160.5. Tennessee at Kentucky.
I can't. Has Tennessee and is Tennessee been the better team thus far this season? Maybe. That's why they're the 5 seed and Kentucky's the 10 seed. But can I, in good faith, expect Tennessee to go into Kentucky and win the game? I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if I can do that yet. I might have to be on them Kentucky Wildcats now.
Baylor is open here 3.5 here against Iowa State to open. Total 146.5 at home.
That game that I will for sure be in action in tomorrow. I love my Big 12 home teams, but Iowa State, as you heard me talk about on the morning show plenty of times, I'm rocking with them boys. I think they're underrated, and they usually are every season. And this is the time of year where they usually heat up and start playing their best basketball conference play. They're low-key a dark horse to win the Big 12, in my opinion. I like Iowa State. I like them a lot.
Lines are just opening right now in college hoops as we're talking right now. Circa's just starting to open some games beyond line. DraftKings, those are your usual suspects that open them, so they're just opening up. There were some line errors earlier as we were going through some of these games, but a big card tomorrow, college basketball, guys. We'll have it fully covered. Want to turn into the morning show. Jay and everyone else, big crew tomorrow. We'll cover this big college basketball card. We're just seeing lines open up, and we'll be discussing heavily and debating heavily about these games. And I know Brian will have an opinion about Virginia Tech and Miami, as Miami is now 3-point favorite against Virginia Tech. So I know you can just guess what side he'll be on there. All right, here we go. Jay on the Nuggets here, laying the points against the Trailblazers tonight's play from Jay. All right, Jay, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs for tonight's action. As you know, NBA on the board, 10-game card. Jay showing profit this year in the NBA. Got some college hoops heading to a big weekend. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Hey, I've had a pretty cold week. I've told y'all that all week here on the drive-through. Last night was kind of the same. I was 1-1. I had the Jazz, who just didn't get it done. That was the top play, and I had the Lakers. Believe it or not.
You picked them on the right spot.
Yeah, I did. But we're not here to go 1-1. That's not what we're here to do. It was a small card in the NBA last night. Tonight's not the case. Huge card tonight in the NBA. And I got 5 plays total for you in the NBA tonight, man. You can get them all in a mega pack. Or you can get my top play in the NBA, my NBA play of the day. Or, like Tony T said, it's a money-making Friday heading into a money-making weekend. Hop on a 3-day pass. Get every single play that I release over the duration of the weekend, every single sport. You can also pair me up with one of the other cappers here on the show, Brian, Rod, Tony T, Jovan, or anybody who you'll see on the morning show. You can pair me up with them. You can do multi-cappers. Pair us up, man, and let's make some money this weekend. I got a heater coming. I know it. I got a heater coming. In all honesty, I think it starts tonight. If you believe me, hop on with me over at Pick Dogs Premium.
That's right. Hop on over Jay Briggs over at Pick Dogs Premium. See the great results in the NBA this year. Also, long-term pass. You want to try off the weekend. Big NBA as well as college basketball card. 30-day pass as well. Includes the Super Bowl in there. So get on board. Pick it's a promo code. Save that 15% off. And Jay, your all-access plays out there for the big bettors.
Yes, man. My all-access club. I love my all-access members. The all-access club, it's a really, really cool thing that we're doing. The reason the All Access Club is such a great product, at the site here at Pick Dogs, every single game is weighted the same. Every single game is weighted 1 game, 1 unit. In the All Access Club, that's not the case. You guys know I have an NBA play of the day, usually every day. That play is usually my most heavily weighted play. And then all my other plays are in a rating system as well. So you know about how many units to put on a basketball game. You can make a lot of money using the rating system. We know it. We're not putting the same amount of dollars on every single game. That's just not the case. But it's a really great system that we use over at Pick Dogs. But the All Access Club, we're able to change it a little bit. So if you think that's something for you, if you want to figure out if the All Access Club is for you, we'll send you the report, send you the unit, send you how we've been doing for the entire season. It's been a really, really, really nice season in the NBA. You can text the number 775-636-7674. It's going to be my guy, Costi. Figure out a time to talk, figure out the packages for you. But the way we've been running, not really here recently, last week or so, as I continue to tell you, I'm totally transparent. It's been pretty cold, but up tremendously for the season, and we'll bounce back here soon. I believe it wholeheartedly.
That's right, guys. So get on board and make that text or call for those big bettors. Jay's All Access. All right, Jay, as always, great having your show. To that success, we'll catch up with you again on the drive-thru next week. But, of course, you got your NBA Jam session. And, of course, you'll be hosting the weekend show. Big Saturday coming up with Hoops.
Yes, sir. You guys can catch the Jam session. Drops every morning around 9:30-ish in the morning. You guys can catch that. You can catch me here with Tony T, usually 3 to 4 times a week here on the drive-thru. You can catch me on the morning show 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, with Ruth, Costi, Mitch, and Romanelli Wednesdays. And then Saturday, Sunday. Hey, I host the Big Dogs Morning Show. That's still pretty crazy that I do that to myself, honestly. But I do, man, and it's a lot of fun as I bring in all the guys here from Big Dogs, man, and we talk about pretty much most of the games on the card. We can't go through every single one of them with the amount of guys we have, but we cover a lot of ground. You get a lot of great information, a lot of good banter as well, some back and forth from some of the top minds in the industry. Like, these guys are putting in the work day in, day out, and I'm just glad they let me dig at them a little bit on Saturdays.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun there, guys. You better tune in this one tomorrow. It's getting heated down, college hoops. We're just about another five weeks away from conference tournament action because we get into the middle of March there, not more than 4 Saturdays away. Yeah, we're getting close there. Yeah, we're in February. It's a short week, so conference tournament action not too far away. So tune in tomorrow. Get caught up with college basketball because we're getting in the nitty-gritty now, back half of conference play. All right, Jay, have a great night. We'll catch up with you again on the drive-thru Monday.
Yes, sir. See y'all on Monday. See y'all in the morning. Appreciate you, Tony T, and I'll see you soon.
See you soon. Jay Briggs here on the drive-thru. Let's continue here on the show. Let's welcome in Jovan Burts. You'll catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. NBA coverage will be NBA heavy tonight on the show, as you'd expect here. We'll bring in Jovan here in just a second. We're ready to roll. Jovan's having a monster NBA season. Jovan, what's happening? I'm surprised they're still letting you in the casino. The way you're winning.
Hey, man, it's just a quick in and out for me, man.
Yeah? You get the winner's treatment over there.
Huh?
They get the winner's treatment, huh?
Yeah, but hey, listen, just gotta take, the highs and the lows just the same, man. Even kill. That's how I do it.
Yeah, at some point, the way he's running, he's going to have to hire some beards. The way he keeps beating the casinos the death out there. But anyway, tonight, this could be a beatdown here. Thunder hosting the Hornets after that last showing Thunder had. So as Rod would say, they're going to be mad. Thunder here laying 15.5, total 225.
Yeah, and I'm on the Thunder. Now, truth be told, the Thunder haven't been, looking too tough in the last several games. They haven't covered the last 3. They lost the 2 previous to that, to Detroit rather in Minnesota before winning against Denver. But they didn't cover that game, with the spread, jumping the winner, from 1 to -6 or whatever. So they didn't get the money on the closing line. Now some of you might have got the money, but that's neither here nor there. They're facing a team that they haven't beaten in a while though. So I think this is the game where they open up a can of whoop ass on the Charlotte Hornets. Now, the Charlotte Hornets, this team is a dumpster fire. They traded away Terry Rozier. They don't have LaMelo Ball most likely for another night. Whether they do have him or not, it really doesn't matter because this team is in tank mode for real. The guys that they have on the court, it's not gonna be a pretty sight. And this is a team that has lost their last 5. They haven't covered any of those games, and have lost 12 of their last 14 points by an average of 16 points. So this is the Thunder's team who hasn't beat up on the team in a while, and I expect them to lay the wood to this Hornets team. So that's really plain and simple right there. So let me get the Hornets minus the points.
All right, we got Jovan here on the Hornets. I'm sorry, the Thunder here laying the points, laying the 15.5. This line came down sharply on the total from an opener of 233.5, which I thought was a bad opener, all the way down to 225. You got to wonder here if the Hornets can even break 95, but I'd still be nervous because OKC could. See, I like my ugly dogs, but man, this is one ugly dog I can't even look at, man. I really can't.
Not this team. Absolutely not. Didn't they just lose that last game to the Bulls by 17, and they scored 100 points?
Yeah.
This Thunder team, they'll score a lot, and then they'll play defense. They'll play shutdown defense on you. You know what I'm saying? So I could expect. I mean, not to say I could expect, because with blowouts, when you put the backups in, the scoring kind of gets haywire. But I could see a game where the Thunder holds this Hornets team to 90 points, 87 points, 93 points, somewhere around there. This Hornets team, they're that bad.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, James Borrego didn't look too bad. I think they were at 4 or 5 games under 500. Then they fired him. And then Clifford comes in. The team just goes it goes the opposite way.
Hey, the Hornets are sending guys out on the court. Guys like Leaky Black. You know what I'm saying? Hey, if that's his real name, it is what it is. But hey, that's a hood name right there. That's a Leaky Black, man. Hey, that's a street ball name.
Yep.
Didn't expect that one to come down the NBA pipe, but hey, it is what it is.
Wait,
giving guys a shout out there in Charlotte land.
Yeah, they're giving shots. Even Tilakina came off the injured list, so he might see his first action here. Well, he's played a little bit, but man, this guy lives. He's like Gallinari. They live, and they have residence on the injury report. And Tilakina is someone who actually should see some action tonight. But yeah, it's ugly there with Charlotte. I mean, it's just there's really nothing. I mean, what can you say? Even Ball, he's not in the lineup, and it's going to be a lot of your DNPs are going to see some minutes. There'll be a lot of wind sprints before the game to get these guys in try to get in shape.
Yeah, absolutely. The injury situation is what it is. With Charlotte. Still no sign of what's my man's name that got traded to
Lowry? Oh no, Lowry is.
Yeah. He's gonna be one of those buyouts.
Yeah, he'll be one of those buyouts. Yep. Yeah, he will never see the court there. He just said, "No, Lowry, just enjoy your time off." And sometimes coaches are blunt. Hey, we traded you not to play. Traded for you not to play. If you ever watch Rasheed, you got to catch Rasheed Wall. He made it up to the big time. He did the Stephen A. Smith show. You got what? He's the secret's out on Rasheed Wallace now. I guess they put him on a big show, and he just nailed it, man. He went off on everybody. He went off on everybody.
Yeah.
All right, Jovan, have you looked at the card tomorrow? College hoops.
Nah. Once I leave here, that's when I do my work. I go back to the lab and get it together for tomorrow. So it's gonna be a long night.
It's gonna be a long night. I'm gonna tell you. Make sure you have that coffee ready. It's gonna be a long night tonight. We kind of went through some of the games already, but yeah, it'll be a big card tomorrow. We'll catch you there on the weekend show. Jovan here on the Thunder, laying the wood here against the Hornets. Hornets going to make another trip to the woodshed here. They're top. That's.
Even though I haven't looked at the slate, if you throw something out there, I can give you, a lean or whatever.
All right, here we go. Here's an early one for you.
Let's go.
All right, Connecticut and St. John's here. UConn on the road are going to be laying 3 here against St. John's.
Yeah, I mean, that game right there was a close game, in scores. The first matchup. So, are they playing in MSU or are they playing in on campus? That's what I would.
Let me look that one up. I would assume, since it's a Saturday game, I don't want to assume. I want to give you the facts. My guess would be MSU, but I'm just going to verify that right now. It's an easy look up here. Here is St. John's and that St. John's UConn game because that's regionally. They're very close to each other. It should be a really contested game here, and we will find out that game. Oh, I'm on the Friday card. Let's go. This one will be at Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, MSG, bright lights, man, and it's like a double-header situation because the Knicks are playing the Lakers. So, and you said it's three,
Yep.
and
UConn 3 on the road.
that seems like a short number considering the fact that it's Connecticut's not that far. Stores, Connecticut is not that far. It seems like a short number,
I just
and
saw
it
4
might.
pop up. The lines are just opening, so I just
No,
saw 4 come up right now. Yeah.
it's gonna move up because UConn are who they are. They're the number one team in the nation. But it just seems like a short line where they're trying to go to and they're taking on the Huskies, and you might see an upset in that one.
Yep, you might see that. We have another. We'll keep it here with Jovan here in the Big East. I was looking at this one here. I know Marquette's going to be laying big here, 11.5 at Georgetown.
Yeah, that's a game. Georgetown's is one of those teams where if they got some fight in them, they're gonna cover that spread. But if Ed Cooley can't motivate the guys, it's gonna be a blowout. Right now, just at first glance, I would give Georgetown a shot to cover that 11.
Looking for them to cover that big number in that one here in the contest. Let's see. Let me see if we got another. Oregon and UCLA here going head to head late night. Looks like Oregon's going to open up a 1.5. We've seen a 2 pop up already in this one.
And that's at UCLA.
UCLA, yeah.
Yeah, I take UCLA for the money.
UCLA for the money there as a short dog, and of course the big WCC battle, St. Mary's and Gonzaga. Gonzaga open. They're 5, and I'm seeing 3.5 some different places here. Gonzaga favored.
Who's the home team?
Gonzaga.
Yeah, it's a short number, and it's not the same Gonzaga team years past. That's for damn sure. Because we would see anywhere from 11, 12, 13 at home against Mary's. So with that being a short line, St. Mary's, they kind of do need a upset win, to bolster their chances for the NCAA's. Sheesh. Yeah, that's a tough one. That could go either way. But at first thoughts about that one, without digging into anything, I would say 6.
There you go. I'll let you. Let's one here. Cincinnati at Texas Tech. Looks like Texas Tech's 5.5. I'm seeing a 6.5 start to pop up now in this one.
Hold on. Say that one more time.
Texas Tech 5.5 and a 6.5 is popped up in a book right now with some Texas Tech money coming in.
Texas Cincinnati.
Yeah, Texas Tech.
At Texas Tech. At
Texas Tech. Yeah, at Texas Tech.
And what did Cincinnati do the last game?
Cincinnati here. Let's pull it up here real quick. The game tomorrow here will be at 6 Eastern time. So we'll take a look at this one, see what Cincinnati had done here in the previous game here as we're looking at the card for tomorrow already. Big card college hoops. Cincinnati has lost 3 of 4. Coming off a road loss to West Virginia here, 69-65. They've had their struggles. Yeah,
they lost. Yeah, they lost against West Virginia. Good old Morgantown. Yeah, that's a game where, I like what Cincinnati does. I would like to see that line bump up a little bit in order to take the Bearcats. That's a line where it could go either way. So I don't see a sure, and I would like to let that line marinate. And if it marinates, towards Texas Tech, towards the Red Raiders, 7.5 and 8.5. I might want to put my money on Cincinnati.
There you go, Joe. A little bit of rundown tomorrow. Catch a glimpse of what we got tomorrow on the morning show here as the lines are starting to open for tomorrow's college basketball games. All right.
But I gotta tell the audience, don't hold me to any of these because I haven't dug into any of these.
Yeah.
Games. This is the first glance. Just my knowledge as a college basketball heavy.
That's right. Just first off, without looking at stats and stuff, we'll be tomorrow. We just wanted to kind of glance over the games. If the opening thoughts here from Jovan, he'll put the work in. You'll catch the morning show tomorrow. He'll have some picks for you. Everyone will have some picks for you tomorrow. Then keep an eye on his premium plays. All right, Jovan here on the show, laying the wood here with the Thunder tonight. All right, Jovan, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium action here. 10-game card from the NBA. We do have some college basketball on the board as well. Jovan has been tearing it up here in the NBA. 1,464 units of profit. What do you have going over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, I got 3 playing. I got a 3-pack going. 2 NBA plays and 1 college basketball play on that 3-pack. So you can check me out on the website with that one. Once that hits, get that. Go for something long term. 3 days, 7 days, 30 days, yearly. Go for something long range. To me, you're gonna get some money. That's really the only way I can say it. Been putting in work on this website at Pick Dogs for a long time, and looking to make 2024 the best one yet. Match with one of the other handicappers is more capital emotional. Can't go wrong here. Sports chat place and Pick Dogs. Let's get it.
That's right, guys. Get over with Jovan Burts over at Pick Dogs Premium. Great results in NBA. Come up with a big NBA and college hoops weekend. No better time to want to try them out with that 3-day All Sports Pass. Very popular here on the weekend. You guys like that 3-day pass? All of Jovan's premium plays for 3 days NBA college hoops action. Jovan is in action with high volume in college hoops, man. He goes through all the time windows for you. You'll have action throughout the day and night. Use promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save that 15% off. Right, Jovan, as always, great having you show. Continue that great success. We'll catch up with you on Drive Through Monday, but we can catch you on the morning shows this weekend, Saturday, Sunday, on both shows in the morning.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'll be there per usual, Saturday and Sunday mornings, ready to give out some picks.
You're ready to get
back here on Monday.
Absolutely, guys. You want to tune in there? Must watch here before the college basketball games tip off. All right, Jovan, have a great weekend. We'll catch up with you at Drive Through here on Monday.
Absolutely. Have a great night. Win. See you on Monday.
We'll see you on Monday. Jovan Burts here on the Drive Through. Let's continue here on the show. You guys ever miss a pick recap at the end of the show? Stay tuned for that. Brian Bitler up next. Let's bring him right now. I'll catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. Brian, what's going on?
I'll tell you what, super excited. There's a great college basketball card. I'm already foaming at the mouth. Maybe taking the Houston Cougars against Kansas tomorrow. I have to agree with Jay, although I agree a little bit differently. I want the number to stay at -2, -2.5 Houston because, to me it seems like they got their tin cup out begging for Kansas money. I just want to see how that line marinates overnight. But if the Cougars continue to be the favorite like that, or maybe even the line grows even higher, it's going to make me like the Cougars even more tomorrow. Who doesn't like a good Cougar on a Saturday?
You've got to experience Cougars to like Cougars, man. That's what you got to experience them. That's the key. There's not enough experience for some of these guys with Cougars.
That's true.
That's the problem. But anyway, here, back on this game, I'm seeing 3.5 now at Chris. So a sharp book offshore is showing 3.5 now. So there is some money on Houston. But damn, Kansas is at home. I'm thinking about it. Wow. Wow. You got to wonder here. This is going to be a very interesting read here throughout the day and night tomorrow.
See what it is tomorrow morning.
Yeah, wow. So the initial money, a big money offshore here on Houston now, the 3.5. And Chris, that's a big one. The Penny, the no sharpest book in the world has not yet showed their cards. Even the college hoops, you're not going to get the full scale books out there releasing, but opening. But wow, we see a variation in this game. We'll see how everything rolls here. But tonight, someone was asking about the Hawks Suns, and Brian's on it tonight. Suns and Hawks going head-to-head in the NBA. We see the Suns laying 3, total 250.
Yeah, I got to say for Friday for the drive-through, we're going to look at the Phoenix Suns traveling to take on those Atlanta Hawks, a team that has cost me a lot of money this season as far as betting the NBA overall. I just feel like we're getting a good spot with the Atlanta Hawks tonight. They come in off 2 straight wins, so they are playing better basketball. They put up a ton of points over those 2 games, 264 combined last 2 games. Suns very long road trip, and they're on game 6 of a 7-game road trip. 4 games in 6 nights here for Phoenix. Hawks have covered 4 of the last 5 against the Phoenix Suns. I think the Hawks are going to start to turn around that home cover record. I'm going to take the Atlanta Hawks here. I still haven't learned my lesson with the Hawks. I'm going to take the Atlanta Hawks plus the points here. I think it's at 3.5. I think it's a 1-possession game. I'll take Atlanta.
Atlanta, let's take a look here. There's a lot of 3.5s. 3 is the sharpest book in the world. And at DraftKings, everybody else 3.5. So you can do actually bet line 3. You can do your line shopping. You can find a 3.5 right now on the Hawks. You want to do that to get the best numbers. You want to do that. And of course, I've heard that shows where cappers have said, and they make this note here. Sometimes these teams do go through road fatigue where they've been on the road a bit, and it starts to show in their play. Suns could be one of those victims, huh?
Yeah, I only worry about the Atlanta Hawks late in this one. Sometimes they're one of the worst defensive. They're one of the worst defensive teams, and I worry that something. I've been bit by the Atlanta Hawk bug a lot, and late fourth quarter, hopefully they can turn up the defensive pressure, not turn it down. I don't want the Suns catching us off guard tonight.
All right, we're going to ask Brian here maybe pick a college basketball game. I know this is a game you're looking very closely at. Virginia Tech and Miami. Miami now 2 and 2.5 against Virginia Tech tomorrow.
Well, for me right now, everybody knows how much I love the Miami Hurricanes, but I think that's a pretty light price, minus 2.5 to bet the Hurricanes at home. To me, right now, they're tempting me to take Virginia Tech. I want to see how that line marinates overnight compared to what the betting action is. But for right now, I'm going to be rooting for the Hokies and take the points.
All right, we know Brian. We always like to hit Brian on the Temple Owls, man. They're terrible in football. Looks like this year it's a rough one in basketball. The power rating, though, we're going to play Sunday, shows Tulane to be about a 12-point favorite at home against Temple on Sunday.
Boy, Temple, they're not as bad in basketball as they are in college football. But to me, anything over 10 points here at home, I would lean towards the Temple Owls. But really, I haven't looked at all into that game. That's just off the cuff. I like a good dog, and 12.5 seems a little high.
That's a Sunday game here, and of course we'll see how that rolls. I know Brian. He does his video series on the going the contrarian route. What would be the contrarian route with Houston and Kansas tomorrow?
I think the contrarian route is taking the team with the better record, the Houston Cougars, because I think Kansas is one of the most popular teams in college basketball. You're getting the typical better sees that they're getting about 3 points, 2.5, 3, maybe 3.5 with Kansas. That's very enticing. So to me, I think the contrarian play would be to take the Houston Cougars and lay the points on the road.
There you go. We're getting some opinions on one of the bigger games of the afternoon. I know Duke, North Carolina, we've seen that a lot, but we don't see Houston and Kansas very often. So I'm very interested in this game. This should be interesting. All right, Brian here at Hawks, plus 3.5 against the King, against the Suns, tonight's action in the NBA. All right, Brian, let's take a look over at Pick Document for tonight's action. Of course, we have on the board tonight 10-game card from the NBA. There are some college on the board as well tonight. Huge college basketball performance from Brian. 2,375 units of profit, all documented over at Pick Document. You can verify those very simply by going to Brian's handicapper page, and you'll see all the results there. What do you have going over at the site?
I got to tell you, I love my college basketball. I got 2 college basketball premiums today and 1 NBA, but my best bet is my college basketball titanium play tonight. My titanium's 18-5-1 last 24 for 78% hit rate. Longer term, my titanium 47-18-1. That's a 72% hit rate. So head on over to pickdogs.com, get my college basketball titanium play tonight. Definitely love it on Friday, and tomorrow's card is going to be absolutely loaded. It's going to be hard for me to narrow down my titanium play tomorrow, but I'm going to start digging into it early in the morning, and we'll come up with the best bet for you on the board.
That's right, guys. So get on board with Brian Bitler over at Pick Document. You see the great results here. 2,375 units of profit, college hoops. No better time to get that 1 month pass right now. Get all of Brian's premium plays for 30 days. All the college hoops, NBA, NHL when it resumes following the break. And of course, remember that promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save that 15% off. Multi-camera promotion also available. So be sure to check it out with Brian Bitler. All right, Brian, as always, great having you on the show. Continue that success. We'll catch up with you on the drive-through Monday. But you're no longer dog sitting. You're not cat sitting. You'll be pick dog sitting. We'll have you there on the weekend show.
That's right. I'll be there Saturday and Sunday this weekend, so make sure you guys tune in. Hopefully we can get an argument going on a couple of these games. I have a feeling we'll be able to do that, and forward to hanging out with all the guys tomorrow. That's right. Let everybody know about your video series over at Pick Dogs, pretty much the contrarian. Just looking in right now, I'm about to record tomorrow's video looking at the Atlanta Hawks again. They're playing in a back-to-back spot. What's more contrarian than taking the Atlanta Hawks? But anyway, make sure everybody tunes in to the Pick Dogs YouTube channel. I have my contrarian, sharp contrarian picks every single day. I put one out there, so make sure you guys tune in and check it out. Check it out, guys. So make sure you like, subscribe, set those notifications so when Brian's live or on live shows or with his recorded video that goes contrarian bets, you get him there in real time. All right, Brian, don't get suckered in and follow the fish. All right, Brian. That's right. That's right. That's how he keeps you guys honest out there. All right, Brian, have a great night. We'll catch up with you again on the Drive Through Monday. That's right. I'm going to go out square dancing.
Square dancing.
Check out the Cougars. I'm going to have Cougars tonight and Cougars tomorrow. It's going to be a Cougar weekend. But you have a good one, and I'll catch you on Monday.
Catch you on Monday. Brian, back to a square dancing. Not square dancing with the dogs anymore, but with the Cougars tonight. All right, Bitler here on the drive-thru. All right, let's continue on here on the show. Up next, it's Rod Zawacky. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. Late scratch with James Clark. So we'll bring in Rod. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. Of course, news coming in just as we started the show. The LA Kings fired the coach, but it wasn't Stroom. They go with Jim Hillary as the coach.
No, they just. But he's only interim coach, right?
Yeah.
So it could be Stroom. It could be. There's a list of few names I've seen. I've even seen the memes come out that Woodcroft from the Oilers is going to get the start. That they might hire him to go head to head and battle the Oilers in a series with Woodcroft versus the new coach.
Wow.
I don't know. Yet to see. That's the rumor. Watch out. He might get Woodcroft. Which, you know what? He wasn't a bad coach. He just they just went a little bit astray on some of what him and Manson were doing, and it just he lost the room. Basically, is what happened. Is what you got to say, that he just lost the room where they were going and everything was going good. And then you hit the end of last season, because that's what he came in for the Oilers, was late last season, and things were rolling right along. And then the start of this season, it just didn't go his way. And now look what the Oilers are doing. So, hey, it happens. It happens to the best coaches out there. So we've seen even the best coaches have those slumps where, hey, they take the fall, and that's what happens. So, but it is rumored that it might be Woodcroft.
Well, yep, that might be the case. We'll see how it rolls out here in Kingsland. As they make, it was something we saw coming, and it comes off that game. We saw it a while.
A couple games, we paired a couple games earlier, but it still happened.
It still happened. They got back home from the road trip. That's usually when they do it, right? They don't want to do it in flight. That's what they want to do. So anyway,
they lost 11-0.
Oh my goodness, I know. All right, I told you it was an ugly dog night. A lot of big favorites tonight in the NBA. Here's one tonight. Clippers, although they've been getting the job done, this Clipper team. They're on the road here to face the Pistons here. This one here shows Clippers laying 12 here, total 239.5.
Yeah, you look at this one. This Clippers team playing pretty good on this little road trip out west or out east. And I like them here laying the 12. I know if you look at the way things have gone for the Clippers, say they on this trip, they started the trip in Toronto, won by 20. Then the next one up, they whooped Boston, and then they had a little letdown and faced the hot Cleveland Cavs team. And hey, they lost by 10 in that one. Bounced back, beat Washington handily in that one. And then this Detroit team, they're up and down, and you never know what you're going to get. 3-7 in the last 10, but they have been good at covering spreads. Why? Because they get these big giant numbers of in spreads. But the problem for me here is I think this Clippers team is just too strong. You look at the numbers defensively for Detroit, and that's my big issue. Detroit's 27th in the NBA, giving up 122.3 points a game. And this Clippers offense, it seems that when they get wins, they get the points. 125 points, 127 points, 127 points, 128 points, 125 points in 6 of their last 7 wins. So can they get that again? I think that's what they get here for versus Detroit. And for me, Detroit's offense, well, they average about 110, 111 points a game. And when you do those numbers, that's quite not enough to cover the spread. I've got this 128, 112. The Clippers win this game, and that's by 16, and they get the cover here. They have won 8 straight versus these Pistons, and I think that could continue here in this one.
All right, Rod on the Clippers laying 12. We'll talk more about this in a little bit. We're hitting the witching hour. Let's let everybody know what Rod has going over at Pick Dog Premium and having a very successful 2024 this season. NBA on the board. College hoops head into a huge weekend. What do you have going over at Pick Dogs Premium?
And over at Pick Dogs Premium, my bright spot has been my 10-star play of the day. We've hit back-to-back on it and looking to make it 3 straight. Over the last 215, I'm 122, 91, and 2 in my 10-star play of the day. So that 10-star play of the day is in College Hoops, and it's also included in my Steak Friday, as a Steak Friday. So scoop that up. I have 2 selections in the NBA, along as well with the 10-star play of the day in college basketball. You can scoop that up, or it's the weekend, so join me for the 3-day pass. We got everything I got going today. Saturday, Sunday, and I throw Monday in there early enough so that way you get 4 days for the price of 3. Also use that 2-for-1 handicapper promotional. And pair me up with any one of the other hot handicappers, Jovan, as you see on the show, Jay on the show. Jay's like me. We're both on a little bit of a cool day. We've had a rough week here. We're ready. We're just sitting on a heater. It's always that buy low on somebody getting ready to heat up. Well, guess what? Me and Jay are ready to heat up. So pair us up. Have yourself a big, giant weekend. I can feel it coming. Big heater.
Big hitter, guys. Big hitter from Rod. Get on board with Rod Zawacky over at Pick Dogs Premium. Great results 2024. You guys love that 3-day all sports pass like Rod was saying. Remember the promo code PICK at checkout. Save that 15% off. Rod, the Clippers lost Zubac, who was one of those guys that did the dirty work, right? He did a lot of the rim protecting, scrappy, gets your rebounds, but they've been able to fill it up with Plumlee, and they're getting work from Thies coming in. They've been able to fill that role pretty well without Zubac because of their depth.
Yeah, I like Plumlee coming in there for Zubac. He's definitely got the job done for me. And you know what? You look when the Pistons have won outright, that last win outright versus OKC. I don't think Cunningham was in the lineup in that one. Cunningham has been good in spots, but he's also looks to me he sets off the rhythm of Detroit, and that's the reason why they slump on some games. Some games they just look awful, where they come out and they look great for like a quarter or a half, and then they just nosedive. I don't know what it is. They hit halftime and somebody pulls out the buffet and they get too fat, slow down or something. But I don't know what happens with this Pistons team. But this Clippers team just continues to roll, and as you see, money keeps coming in on this Pistons team. So,
yeah, we just saw the next click here. A big bet came in on the Pistons.
On the Pistons, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because Cunningham is going to start. I'm quite sure. It says game time decision, but he's in the green here. I think he starts in this game, and I think that messes up the rhythm of things here for Detroit, and the Clippers pounce. They just seem to pounce and get out to that big lead, and I think they cruise to a 15-plus point lead.
That's the thing, if the game stays in the teens, the 117, 116, maybe the Pistons can stay there, but when the Clippers get in the mode where they put up 120-plus, the Pistons don't have that consistent offense, I think, to keep up with the scoring that way.
No, and we'll know right away that Clippers will take off. As I said, Clippers will. When Clippers are going to win? When they're scoring at 125, 128. Yeah. They just roll, and they just on that rhythm, and it's like shot after shot after shot. You're like, yeah, you got no chance. You have no chance.
Against the Clippers defense, you might get 114, 115 max with Detroit, but as you said, if they get to the Clippers, just get to that 28, 27. Again, remember, this is Detroit's defense, which is not the greatest.
It's not good. 27th in the NBA on defense? Yikes. 122, 123, and I think the Clippers added their offense adds a few more points to that. It's up to like 128 is where I got the number at.
Yeah.
I capped it. And then Detroit, how do they score more than 112 points?
Yeah.
That's where I got the. How do they score 100 more?
Yeah, they always have that quarter. They always have that quarter where nothing goes in. That's the thing with the depth. And they get to the bench and stuff. They always have that quarter. They're going to struggle, right?
That one quarter always that struggles, and that's all. It seems to be the hindrance. Maybe eventually they'll get over the hump. They figured that for the last 3 years that maybe they eventually get over the hump.
Yeah.
Ever since they picked up Cade Cunningham, we figured that maybe they're in the right direction. And then it looks like there's bright spots, and then they just fall off.
I'm just thinking here. We're talking about a team with Harden and Westbrook in the rotation, right? And they're having this success.
Yeah, and they're having success.
Yeah,
it's like
Lou.
The Clippers have become the land of the misfit toys. Ever the teams, the players that people don't want, they go to the Clippers, and look what they've done this season. I still say I think we talked about it at the beginning of the year to sprinkle a little on the Clippers because this is like one of those years that Kawhi wants to win. So
yeah, and he's got the people around, and don't forget Harden is from SoCal. Right, I mean, that does matter a little bit. I think
it does. It amounts to a little bit. I couldn't find my hat, so this is the Sunday game. I was looking for the Zags hat. Zags are tomorrow.
You like the Zags tomorrow?
It's always this is the Super Bowl for St. Mary's, right?
Yep.
It's always St. Mary's. The Gales are going to beat Gonzaga. Here they come. This is their year. No, it's not. No, it's not. Gonzaga started off, they played the gauntlet of teams. They looked awful, and they took a bit for them to gel, but now look what they're doing. They're starting to roll. St. Mary's, the Gales are in trouble. We only have to lay 2.5. Lay it. Zags blow.
Zags. He likes the Zags. He likes
Zags. I love the Zags. Love the Zags tomorrow.
That's a bonus there from Rod. You love
I got
it.
the header up somewhere.
You got to find it.
It'll probably make an appearance on the morning show tomorrow. You'll
Keep
see
an eye on the morning. Zags. And, of course, we scored big on Oregon State. Oregon State will be facing USC again tomorrow, right? Or is that Sunday? I know Oregon State's going to be back.
Tomorrow, I think they play.
That's tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Is it tomorrow? Yeah, they play USC, and I'm waiting to see what they get. What do they get?
Let me take a look here. Let me see. Yeah, Oregon State hung with UCLA. UCLA is, we know it's UCLA. This is a really down team this year. Let me see where this. It's a late night game. When do they play this one tomorrow? Let's see here. Oregon State and. Was it?
Game. I didn't see a line out earlier.
Oregon State. Yeah, it's 7 Eastern time. Pac-12 Network. Let's see here. It's 4 o'clock Pacific. We've seen the line come out here. USC 7, total 140.5.
Yeah, see, I'm not laying that. USC was 7. Forget it. Give me the Beavers on that one. Look at the last 3 games. The Beavers have been competitive. They've even outrighted a couple of teams. Look, they went in and beat Arizona. They went in and beat Arizona State, and definitely gave UCLA a run for their money. UCLA right there at the end just pulled away. It was a lot closer than the 7 we seen last night. It was a 2-point at halftime. Yeah, take it with the Beavers in that one. I like that one as well.
Oregon, UCLA. Looks like Oregon's going to be a 1.5 or 2 on the road.
Hey, it's on my list. I would take Oregon in that one. Give me Oregon. Double Oregon. 2-teamer parlay.
There you go. 2-teamer. All right, Rod. Any other bonuses you got?
Yeah, we got hockey tomorrow, so
that's right.
Tune into that, but I'll give you guys here the people that are here on the drive-through. You know what? I'm gonna say that Team Matthews and the hometown crowd win out, and Team Matthews wins it all in the team competition when it's head-to-head. It starts off. You're gonna see Team McDavid versus Team McKinnon, and then you get Team Hughes versus Team Matthews. I think Team Matthews wins the first matchup, and I think Team McKinnon wins the next matchup, and we've seen Team McKinnon versus Matthews. Remember what we seen last year?
Yeah.
Team McDavid? They have no interest in winning that team competition thing. They have zero interest. It doesn't even.
It's losing its luster.
Even tried last year. No, it's just like we're not going to put it in. That's just too much work. We want the cup. We want the cup. We want the cup. We're not worried about the All-Star game. McDavid, I think, though, you got to put a little sprinkle into him to win the skills competition, though. He is the favorite, and he is the favorite for a reason. You know that the accurate shooting, he's going to snipe for. He went 8 for 8 last year in the skills competition, sniping. 8 for 8, still lost. So does that happen back-to-back years? I don't think so. And then he's also top stick handler as well. So there's 2 of the competitions. I think he wins hands down. Fastest skater. He's lost a little edge, but you know he's going to be right there. So the cumulative points, I think he's got to be there. So I'm gonna take. I think if you take 3 of those guys, pick 3. Pick 3 of your favorites that you think are going to win all of the skills competition, and the odds are so big, right? Yeah. All you got to do is hit one of those, and you'll come out ahead. So for me, I'm going to take McDavid. I'm going to take Willie from Toronto. I like little Willie. Little Willie.
Now, who sings that? I know the band because they're playing locally here. I can't believe they're still playing, but they're going to be playing.
I want to say. It's a short name too.
It's a short name. It's short end. Short end. Short end. Short end. Short end. Short end.
Oh my God! I'm gonna kick.
Short. You're gonna curse. Short and sweet. The sweet.
Sweet.
That's right.
That's it.
They're playing tomorrow.
I knew I was gonna.
Yep. They're still playing. Check the Canyon, Montclair. I think in a week they're still touring. I can't believe I saw the suite. I said, "What? They're still playing? Yeah, they're still touring." I couldn't believe it. You know, they are out there. That's right. Round problem was sweet. That's short and sweet.
And my third guy is Nathan McKinnon. You got to go with Nathan McKinnon. You look what he's done in January. He scored 12 goals, 14 assists in 12 games in January. He's just been ripping it up. So those are my 3 guys I'm going to go with: McDavid, McKinnon, and Willie.
That's right.
The Leafs.
Absolutely. There we go. All right. We got the bonus there from Rod. All right, Rod, we know what you got going on at Pick Dogs. Get that 3-day pass with Rods. Get those hoops action in there. All right, Rod. Of course, tomorrow there's Senior Bowl action. We hit the yesterday with the East-West Shrine just by looking at the roster. The better quarterbacks, the better. And my man, Mr. Frank Gore Jr. running wild. So Senior Bowl action tomorrow too. Interesting because there's a lot of good quarterbacks, as we know. And of course, we'll see Penix tomorrow in the Senior Bowl.
We'll definitely see Penix tomorrow in the Senior Bowl. I think he rips it up. I think he has himself a good display of what his arm can really do. And, I'm excited. I'm going to tune in to watch. I'll watch the Senior Bowl.
I want to see the quarterbacks. Also, the guy who was the quarterback from Tulane? Oh, I had in my head and escaped my name, but he'll be there tomorrow too. He's another one to keep an eye on. Could be one of those second, third round picks that can pan out pretty well. That Tulane quarterback is expected to play tomorrow in the Senior Bowl as well. So interesting because of all the good quarterbacks.
Rattler's been
Not
making
Spencer
some
Rattler.
noise.
Yeah, Rattler's making some noise. The Tulane quarterback is someone to keep an eye on. Let me see who the Tulane. Michael Pratt. Yeah, the Tulane quarterback. I like those third round, fourth round kind of guys. He's someone to keep an eye on. Some folks think they could be high on Pratt. Could be a steal, in the middle rounds. So it should be interesting to see because of all the good quarterbacks this year. I've gotten kind of excited of checking out the Senior Bowl. 1 Eastern, 9 tomorrow on NFL Network, and of course that gets a lot of coverage. That's where your best prospects play that want to play because a lot of guys sit out this game, but
I want to play.
Yeah, that want to play.
Yeah.
So keep an eye there. All right, Rod. So we'll catch it. Your video series, NHL. Of course, there'll be some NHL coverage here with the All-Star game. Of course, and then we get back into action here with your NHL video series.
Yeah, definitely. You want to like and subscribe. That way you get notified when we jump right back into hockey on the 5th. February 5th, we get back into 2 games on the slate in that one. So definitely see, I'm already looking ahead. I know when those games are going. So a couple more days before that, so that make sure you would like and subscribe. But definitely tune into the morning show. Always a good time. Looks like we've got a big sign up on the weekend. So tune in. We'll be going over the big college hoops card. Plus it's a smaller NBA card, I think, is what I see.
Yes, it is.
So, but definitely a huge, massive college hoops card going over. Probably go on a little more depth over that college hoops than what we normally bring Briggs.
That's right.
With no NFL, so
that's right.
Definitely tune in. We'll definitely have some good hard discussion.
You might get a Senior Bowl pick. You might get a Senior Bowl pick.
Sure. Yeah, you might get a Senior Bowl pick in that.
You might. You never know.
Tune in.
That's it. Tune in. All right, Rod. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the steak tonight on Steak Friday. We'll catch you back on the drive-thru Monday.
You as well, Tony. Have yourself a good one, everybody. Good luck with your bets, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow morning. We'll catch you on Monday. Are you on the weekend?
I'm on the weekend tomorrow. Tomorrow.
Oh, well then I'll see you tomorrow, Tony.
See you tomorrow on the weekend show.
Good luck with your bets. Crush.
That's right. Crush it. Rod Zawacky here on the drive-thru. Guys, let's get to the recap, then you'll get my pick. My pick starts a little later. Let's recap here. And as we recap, guys, put your best bets in the chat, and we'll read them out for you guys. Come in with your best bets. Jay was on the Nuggets, lay the 11.5 against Trailblazers. Jovan says Thunder laying the 15.5 against Hornets. Brian was on the Hawks plus 3.5 against the Kings. James a late scratch. Rod Clippers laid the 12 to 11.5 against Wizards. I'll be on the Spurs. Again, I like my ugly dogs, but not everyone. Spurs plus 8.5 against the Pelicans. One I like the most, go with the Brian here. I like Brian here with the Hawks plus 3.5 here against the Kings. And going back to my pick, and then we'll recap some of the games here. My game will be here, as we mentioned earlier, will be the Spurs in this spot against the Pelicans in tonight's action here. Whoop, wait a minute. Let me move the pick up again. There we go. There we go. Let me get the NBA. Let me get it to the game here so we can see all the numbers in the game tonight. Clippers Pistons. We'll start the evening's session tonight. There's some good ones tonight, right? Pelicans Spurs 8.5 here. We'll take the points with the Spurs. Pelicans defense a little off. Let's take a look here what Zion's going on with Zion, right? He's kind of dealing with, I believe, a foot issue, if I'm not mistaken. At least that was his last injury. Let's see what we got here with Zion in this one. Just to look at the injury report, just Keldon Johnson out, Jones, Nance out, Zion Williamson still questionable in this game. We're still about an hour away from iffy here with that foot still, right? That foot is still, he was a participant in Thursday's practice session, but it's not clear if he'll be returned to action. So that foot injury has him as questionable tonight in this game. But, we're looking here at the Pelicans and the San Antonio Spurs tonight. We'll take the 8.5 for that home dog here. Seeing a little improvement. Just a little, the Spurs team can hang with these guys. I don't think it'll be one of those blowout games. When we look at the Spurs over their past 5 games, averaging 110 points per 100 possessions. Pelicans, though, a minus net rating over their past 5, averaging 114 points per 100 possessions. But it's the defense that's been struggling here for this Pelicans team. They're giving up 48% shooting over their past 5 games and minus 2 net range. So the defense has not been tight for New Orleans. We'll take the Spurs here at plus the 8.5. Guys, check out Pick Dogs. We're going to have a 3-pack up there of hoops. The best bet from the NBA up right now. Remember the promo code PICK at checkout. Save your 15% off. Or so you can go long-term with me. I have a 3, 7, or 30 all sports pass. Get all my pre and plays for that time period. Just like when you go to my handicapper page, make that purchase. Remember the promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save that 15% off. Multi-capper promotions also available here, so make sure you guys sign up. All right, that's going to do here. Get your best bets in here, guys, for tonight's card. That'll do it for this edition here of the Drive-Thru. Make sure you guys tune in again tomorrow live here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll do it all over again. We'll bring our cappers from Pick Dogs and Sports Chat. We'll got your place for in real time. Remember, it always gets started with that morning show here. During the weekends, it will be 10 a.m. Eastern Time. We got Jay manning the ship, and a lot of the Pick Dogs crew will be there tomorrow. On the show, I'll be there as well. So make sure you guys sign in. And also, don't forget all the video series here. We've got Mitch's 7 Picks in 5 minutes. His betting tool show, his roundtable with the professionals. Also, Jay's Jam Session NBA. We got Chris as individual video picks, as well as his Around the League from the NHL. Rod Zawacky, A to Z goes NHL every game on the board, as well as a parlay from the NHL with Rod. We got our man Brian Bitler as he goes contrarian. His contrarian picks for you here on his video series. Also, we got Ron Romanelli, college basketball bank shot breakdown from Ron Romanelli. We also have Nick Menken with his first half NBA. Brad Francis, his parlay video series. Mills, his UFC rundown, as well as his prop shop. You want to catch that up. Costy's sharp trading plays. Big on McMorty with his all access. You want to check those out here on the channel. Of course, make sure you like, subscribe, set those notifications, be live with us, get the plays in real time. All right, let's get your best bets here in this one. Robbie Olson likes Nevada game over 142.5 here with Xavier here. H likes the Hawks plus the points. I wouldn't mind sprinkling there, Matthew, on the Hawks money line. J-Man 45 has been good to us here on the show. Butler plus 11.5 and sprinkle that money line with Butler tonight. Theo Green, Creighton, and Butler over in this game. Let's see what else we've got here. J-Man 45 likes the Kings money line next game, of course, with that coaching change. Mr. Jones likes the Thunder laying the big points in this one. He's saying lay the points in that one. What else do we have here? Stuff card I don't really like. I'm doing okay. Yeah, our man Robbie Olson parlaying Detroit plus 12.5, Indy plus 3.5, and Phoenix money line. That's his 3-team parlay there from our man Robbie Olson here in the chat tonight. Let's see what else we have going on here. Our man Edgar Acosta says he's loving the Pistons plus the points tonight. Have to agree with him there. Let's see what else we have here. A lot of questions on some of the games. That Iowa game, that seems like a lot to lay here, but we know Ohio State has just been brutal on the road. Underrated Trey, asking a question here, not a pick for him, so I got to make sure I got that. J-Man was on the Butler side and sprinkle money line. He likes that one in there as well. Let's see what else we have here. It's underrated Trey, like in Cornell, Kent, the Nuggets, and Akron are his plays. And we also have plays here from our man Blake. Likes in this one tonight. What did he come in here? Akron laying the 4.5 with Blake. Ron Crawford liking Akron here laying the 4.5 as well. Fong Lu looking at Clippers. And what else we've got here? I know Doubles came in with this pick. Let me see if I Doubles like in here. Penn Brown over 140 in 140. So good luck to everybody here as well. A shout out there to our man John Stewart. Thanks you guys for joining us today here on the show. All right, lots of great contributions from everyone on the show. Appreciate everyone's contributions. That's going to do it here for the Drive-Thru. Make sure you tune in again on Monday. We'll do it all over again. We'll bring our cappers from Pick Dogs and Sports Chat place. We'll got the place for you in real time. Remember, it always gets started with that morning show. Maybe the weekends, 10 a.m. Eastern.